my friend! How good it is to see you! Pretend we're old friends catching up after a long absence. I don't want to blow my cover just asking for help. Great acting. I need an assistant to do some delicate tasks, and you've got the right look about you. I'm part of an undercover investigation into a string of thefts in Marbrook. The Artisan is a master of his profession. The Artisan targets local Aldmeri, so I draw suspicion. We must capture the Artisan before the Queen is targeted. Take my notes. Don't return until you've identified the Artisan. No one knows we're working together, and I want to keep it that way.
Anyone can be crowned emperor. That's one of the risks we take.
The law of meat, hide, and bone obligates us to use every fleshy thing in the air, on the earth, and beneath the sea. Hence the superiority of Bosmer leathercraft.
It's hard to avoid it. Between you and me, I hope the Artisan never gets caught.
Because the thief's obviously a Bosmer. It would only strain relations in the Dominion, further than they've already been strained. Bosmer culture considers theft to be an art, and the closer the object to the victim's heart, the better the theft. And there's more than a few Bosmer who are unhappy with the Aldmeri building Marbrook and Valenwood.
Animal husbandry. One of the few jobs here that doesn't violate the Green Pact. But Marbrook's where the money is. You know what I think? That old banker Talqua paid a thief to steal from the rich Aldmeri so they'd pay to keep their valuables with them. Well, the Artisan only targets Aldmeri who don't use the bank. And don't forget, Talqua has that Bosmer apprentice of his to take the fall.
Always work to do. Keeps one very busy, yes? Oh, it is your lucky day. This one recently came into possession of one of the Artisan's messages, written in his own hand. Sozik does not run a charity. He has kittens to feed. As the Artisan's infamy grows, his signature will become highly valuable. Zuzik understands. You have connections with a guild of like-minded individuals? Here, forge copies, and Zuzik shall give a commission. Yes, the Bosmer religion does not allow the use of paper, so they use animal hides instead. Not many use it in Marbrook.
I apologize in advance for any delay in service. My apprentice Nidras went upstairs to attend to personal business. Have I ever? There's been a steady stream of Aldmeri depositing valuables here since the thefts began. I'd like to see that. I'm an expert in security. No one can enter the bank without keys, and only I and my apprentice Nidras have them.
Spare a coin for a veteran's meal? Correlate hears and sees much, but it is difficult to recall when one's stomach rumbles so. Alas, he does not have the coin for food.
It's been weeks since I've seen action.
If you need banking services, my master Talqua can assist you downstairs. Ah, working with Sinner. I noticed you making friends in the market. If you figured it out, there's no use keeping up pretenses. My initial plan was to exercise the right of theft. I steal precious objects from the Altmer, then demand they leave Marbrook for their return. It turns out the Altmer don't respect the rights, so I return them. Now, I simply let Altmer hatred do the job for me. You'll know soon. Now, I tipped off the guards that the Artisan was in the bank, and here you are, sneaking about. I advise you leave. Don't waste time searching for me after you leave. You will have larger concerns soon enough. Look around! Don't you see what's happening? It's one city, but it won't stop there. War is only one way of conquering. Building is another. We may not have destroyed Valenwood ourselves, but if we let the Altmer do it, how is it different? It's a Bosmer tradition where you steal something precious and demand a boon for its return. A song for a spear, or a prime ox for a wife.
Hail. Did you find out who the Artisan is? The bankers! Why didn't I see it before? You have my thanks for finding him, but now we have to deal with the mess he left behind. The bastard returned the stolen items to the wrong houses. He then sent anonymous letters to the victims framing the owners for the crime. They too easily believe their neighbors stole from them, and we've only just been able to prevent any violence. We must find those valuables. I appreciate the help. According to the letters, the items are in houses across Marbrook. You'll have to search carefully to find them.
What do you want?
I've been at my post for so long I can barely stand. Halt, thief! Aha! I caught you red-handed, Artisan. Thieves just can't help returning to the scene of the crime, can they? Pinning the blame on someone else? I won't fall for that. How do you explain those stolen goods you're carrying? Hmm? You know Sinar? Well, this doesn't prove anything. You might have heard his name in relation to your own investigation. An excellent idea. I was just about to propose. Sinar is on the upper city tier, near the entertainment pavilion. You lead the way. I'm not so naive that I'd turn my back on a common criminal.
News travels fast in places.
What is it?
Captain, I bring great news.
I'm afraid you have me mistaken.
Captain Sinar, I have detained the Artisan. No time to thank me. I must return to my rounds.
Damn you. can't believe he just blew my cover. Please tell me you have good news. Thanks, Stender. Things were getting tense. I know you're not the Artisan, thanks to our careful investigations. You're free to go now. We'll return the items back to their original owners. I can't wait to get back into uniform. Undercover work isn't my cup of tea.
Nidras? A thief? And to think I trusted him with our valuables. How embarrassing. If I'd had the artisan's skill, I would have used it to make enough gold to live somewhere else. Ah, you are one who is well-traveled. One who understands everyone has a story to share. I was once an adventurer, like yourself, until one fateful day, when my life changed forever. Know that I am not as old as my whiskers make me seem. My story begins not many years ago, when this one served in the Imperial Army. You may ask why I held such a position, but it was not by choice. Conscripted for my skills, I was in high demand. My ancestors were great Khajiit sailors, so I was assigned to a warship whose sole mission was to maintain order in the wake of the Nahatan flu sweeping the land. You know of the Nahatan flu, yes? This one shivers in fear remembering those dark days. The Nahatan flu killed so many all across Tamriel. Argonians and Khajiit proved heartier against it, but it claimed many of my friends' lives before it faded away. May I continue? One night when Kurlit had already worked a triple shift and thus was taking a well-deserved rest below decks, we aboard the Bountiful Mara encountered the Crimson Ship. You do know about the Crimson Ship. Indeed, the Crimson Ship was filled with Kothringi, suffering from the Nahatan flu. No port would take them in. They finally sailed off into the Abyssin, never to be seen again. It is rumored that no one who saw the ship lived to tell about it. As I said, I slept. A sleep so deep and dreamless nothing woke me. When I finally rose a day later, I found my crewmates missing and a scribbled note about the Crimson Ship. They had seen it, and all had perished, leaving me adrift. I could not. Many moons passed before another ship happened by. They blamed me for the crew's disappearance and put me in the stocks. My career over, I became a beggar. Have I not suffered enough? No ship will take me on now, as they think I am either cursed by the Crimson Ship or sinister for killing an entire crew. Maybe I am bad luck. When I got here, this was a Bosmer town. Now, look, it is full of Aldmeri.
The Artisan finally caught. Now, what will the gossip be about, no? This one is thinking of riddles, which makes me very busy inside. It is somewhat lucrative, though I must practice them first. Or would you stay and listen? Zuzek writes the best down, then sells them to a man called Tellinger. He buys such curiosities. I have 2 new ones to try out. All right, first riddle. Where do slaughterfish keep their gold? Very clever. Yes, a riverbank. Would you like to hear another? It is too good to miss, and I need the practice. My second riddle is very mysterious. Yes, it is my favorite. Where can you find forests with no trees, roads with no travelers, and cities with no buildings? Very good. You can see why this is my favorite riddle. You liked it too, yes? I will write this riddle down for Tellinger, who will pay me, and I will have more gold. It is glorious.